Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Pick with Viego is one that we've seen so often instead of going down that gangplank path. It's arguably safer with a pretty fragile composition that KT are running. So I see the power of the gangplank.
And the big ones have been taken here by the Wukong. As Cuz are going to try and pressure him away. Rascal with the inside track might be able to get a Warrior Trickster here as Dread uses it extraordinarily late, and now he's burning down. Cuz looking to try and catch up here. And that's just a disaster. Flash eventually comes out as Rascal's getting kited a little bit. Winter's Wrath not going to do it, but the stab from Cuz is going to be there. BDD is going to turn up as well, looking to try and turn this as Cuz gets the passive and now enters the brush. BDD, can you actually get the rest of the damage here as Canna is on half an HP? It is actually able to stay alive in this moment, 1-for-1 up to the top.
He breathes on it and he will grab it, but still, once again, pulling this Lissandra out of lane, picking up small advantages elsewhere, grabbing a Drake for this. Well set up.
Yeah, it's nicely done. Rascal is...
Let's see how well he handles this pressure as they're 100% going to dive him.
Oh yeah, in goes Effort, finds the knock-up. There's the Frozen 2, but immediately the cleanse is pretty good. Still, Q going to be enough there as BDD locks down the kill, grabs the plate, and Cuz comes over a little bit late. In this split pushing Nah. He's done very, very well in the past. As this Drake should go over to KT without a contest, and it does so. Cuz locks that one down. Dread was on the top side of the map.
With two Drakes the leader here for KT, you really have to favor their position right now.
Well, Dread gets over the wall here. There's the Cyclone. Fantastic grand entrance yet again, and I've seen that play before. This time it works out even better.
Well,
out a turret on the bottom side, so that would be 2 turrets to 0 in favor of Nongshim, who have just had a lot of control of this map. Playing it very nicely as BDD looking for Vikla. Doesn't get his cleanse, interestingly enough, as Vikla
decides not worth a long con chase, but this is going to mean turret goes down mid lane here. It's a lot of extra gold going over the side of Nongshim RedForce here.
Yeah.
But is the gold
on? Effort's going to look for aiming here. Does have his quickness back off cooldown, and he doesn't like it when it's off cooldown. Wants to use it as soon as possible. Shirley pops down as BDD not going to go over the wall, just zoning. Get rid of the Ezreal. They will be able to lock this one down. Shirley is going to be able to get a fresh charge on this inhibitor turret.
They might be able to grab the turret too.
Yeah, Circle of Frost just in range as they do manage to get the cleanse out of aiming. But a fair bit of time to make it work as the boomerang is going to land. Life is there as well, but Vikla is definitely the target. BDD flashes, but it's a decent ulti. Oh no, the Glacial Prison goes wide. It's a very dead Corki. The Narbak is fantastic as well. As the Yumi's going to go down, it's 3 kills already for Nongshim. They're making the comp work.
They're making the comp work again, and they punish this time really hard. And we talked about how Vikla is being escorted by the Sejuani in this case, and Sejuani's been willing to actually give up so much gold. And we can see it in the numbers right now, 30 CS down on the Gnar, but this is actually going to turn into a Baron play. As Cuz just not anywhere near, and it's just not going to have any control. Like, yeah, you could Heartbreaker for it, but...
True Shot Barrage?
Too late.
He did it with the... yeah. Thank you, Jonah Strong, for keeping it in.
But, like...
And KT have bought themselves control of this Drake pit, and I think that's 100% on aiming and landing all of those Mystic shots so beautifully. Drake gets in though and steals it all away! Cuz going to be taken out as well as Vikla evaporated sometime in that fight, I'm not even sure when. And Ghost just obliterates him. Aiming's doing the gromp, but that's about all he can do right now. Okay. Oh dear, aiming has found Canna, or has Canna found aiming is the question. And yeah, I think Canna's found aiming. Rascal picks up a cat on a book, but he gets hit with a house. And now BDD's chasing him down. Circle of Frost is too good. That's another Nah. As Life is like, I'm out of here. I'm done with Rascal's wild ride. But unfortunately, on this KT roller coaster, you cannot get off.
KT just lost the game off of this one, and they made 2 assumptions back to back. The first one was that having Rascal topside was going to be enough to stop him, but
he's going to wallop Rascal. Permafrost comes down as Rascal. Let's see whether he can hit the ultimate here as the rest of the team's rotating over. Winter's Wrath comes down as they get the flash. And there it is. That's all too easy. They line it up with the Yumi ult. In the meantime, everyone is diving top lane. And Vikla trying to keep himself alive. Few turret shots more than Effort would like to take do go down, but this is an inhibitor in trade for Canna.
This was the wrong call to actually punish the Gnar, who's extremely fed. 4-0 and 4 before.
Instead, and package actually going to be invested. So KT have no interest in this Baron whatsoever. And Nongshim identified the fact that they can just get Baron and move it in towards these super minions that are then probably going to be able to help win the game.
Yeah, exactly. I think this had to be a forced fight for KT. They had package. 1-1-3, you know, where they have top side pushing with the inhibitor. Mid inhibitor just respawned in time here for KT to defend. But the real problem is stopping this bottom push with Baron Siege.
Yeah.
It's lose here for KT.
Well, the Siege minion is going to get taken, but this is the problem, right? You've got Canna towards the top side threatening inhibitor turrets, and he can easily rotate over, get this freshly repaired inhibitor. And that is just going to go down. BDD going to help that one out as the other minion wave going to be dealt with by Ghost majoritively. Dread going to be here as well, and Aiming and Vikla right together. Dread, you can see how much he wants this. Effort as well. It's in his eyes. You can see both of the carries trying to defend this last remaining inhibitor turret. As the Nexus turret's also under fire, Rascal just trying to get rid of Canna, who's got too many pants, right?
I mean, there's still a minute left on this Baron. You've got so much longer to defend as KT. They did defend the bottom inhibitor turret miraculously somehow with all of that AoE, putting this Vikla and Aiming doing their best. But eventually, these minions start knocking on the door.
Yep. The war of attrition is definitely not being won by KT right now, as Aiming starting to take a fair bit of damage here. Ghost probably could push a little bit further, a little bit harder, but they're just going to try and play it safe as best as they can. KT are certainly well and truly on the ropes. Dread now inside the base. These Mystic shots are dangerous. I mean, Aiming does do some damage. Canna's got a big Narbar though, and they might be able to use this in order to lock down this inhibitor turret at least. There's now Dread, can he do it? Effort has popped the quickness just to zone them out of the way as there's the Gnar. And the double knock-up from Effort as well. Final chapter coming down though, as Aiming's relatively safe. The Cyclone doing a fair bit of work here as Dread tries to get that decimating smash down, but no one on Nongshim is dying yet. Aiming is still at full health though, as this inhibitor eventually will go down. Dread's gonna get flashed on as Aiming wants to take this game into his own hands. The base is completely in shambles. But is this going to be enough as Ghost tries to outplay, but it does not work. Teleport to come back from Canna as Aiming. It's 1 versus 3, Canna. This is so dangerous, but yes, BDD is going to come back, and he locks down the kill on Cuz. Oh, the Frozen Thralls are now chasing them down as there are 3 inhibitors dead. KT, can you... Vikla just going to drive by the package for now.
Wants it last possible second.
Yeah, he will pick it up at this point in time, but the Baron has already been started. It goes down pretty quickly as BDD off on the flank. It isn't going to quite be there in time. As you can see, Rascal, he's still got teleport available. Nongshim, they want to get the rotate over as Aiming's picked up the aggro.
Rascal.
Okay.
Rascal has alive. Teleport. He's just clearing these waves. They're buying enough time. The mid inhibitors respawn. He's going bottom side here, and he can come in and rejoin this fight at any time. Nongshim being so indecisive, they could have actually pulled the trigger and tried to collapse and win this fight while they knew Rascal was missing. Force him to teleport in, but they just let the Baron leash. KT says thank you for the time. Package still up, but it's timing out.
Well, Dread's now caught in the Baron pit for some reason. Warrior Trickster's on cooldown. He has to use the Cyclone defensively as there's the package. Final chapter, Dread. Oh my goodness, that rocket would have been his death. There's a knock-up, gets into the backline. The GA on Cuz is already down. This fight is an absolute disaster as Canna finds a huge Gnar. The house is going to hit Aiming as well as the GA will bring Dread back alive again, but immediately he's just going to die. Aiming trying to kite this one out as Vikla and himself. It's them against the world right now as BDD, Ghost, and Effort try to defend as best they can. Effort gets on forward, Aiming's going to go down. And Ghost now should be able to do enough here as Rascal just nowhere near the fight. And caught out of position. There's a grand entrance in the picture-in-picture as Effort's down extraordinarily low. This Baron as well, following suit right here as Cuz still making his way over. Oh, Dread is going to get interrupted immediately. Vikla, so much damage from this Corki, and they cannot get onto him. He is going to be taken down as KT. Oh, it's an absolute disaster for Nongshim as Ghost with the Featherstorm, but it's going to be an ace. And KT will win the game against all odds. In the end, the Corki is going to pay off.
The Corki, the Ezreal, yeah, we did see Aiming die in that last fight, but just had enough time to respawn and come over and help carry this fight as Nongshim were decisive at the very end when it was already too late, but it was the wrong call. They could have played that part a little bit slower. KT punished them The range problem really coming through here once again at the end. When KT get this late game fight, they will steal the series away. Not the way that KT fans expected this one to go, but they will be able to take it 2-1. And KT, again against Nongshim late game, we've seen T1 do this to Nongshim. We've seen Sandbox do this to Nongshim. In these late game moments, they drop the ball.